Appadamado Courthouse, 1865. Appadamado Courthouse stands as a pivotal moment in American history. On April 9, 1865, within the modest McLean House, General Robert E. Lee surrendered the Army of Northern Virginia to General Ulysses S. Grant, marking the effective end of the Civil War. This act, born of a desperate situation as Confederate forces were encircled and depleted, represented the culmination of 4 long, bloody years of conflict that had torn the nation apart. 4 Lincoln conspirators hanged. In the aftermath of President Abraham Lincoln's assassination, a military tribunal convened to prosecute those involved in the plot. 4 individuals were ultimately found guilty and sentenced to death by hanging Mary Surratt, Lewis Powell, David Harold, and George Atzerodt. Their execution took place on July 7, 1865, at the Washington Arsenal. This public act of justice served as a stark and solemn conclusion to a chapter of American history marked by tragedy and national mourning. The old courthouse in Mesa. The old courthouse in Mesa, New Mexico, is a tangible link to the Wild West. It was within these adobe walls that the infamous Billy the Kid stood trial in the late 1800s, a chapter in the building's history that has ensured its enduring fame. The courthouse, a symbol of justice in a lawless frontier, witnessed the dramas of its time unfold. Its aged exterior and the aura of the past it exudes continue to captivate visitors seeking a glimpse into the region's colorful history. The horse-drawn patent medicines wagon. The horse-drawn patent medicines wagon was a quintessential icon of the American frontier and rural life during the 19th and early 20th centuries. These colorful, often ornate vehicles served as mobile pharmacies, transporting a variety of purported miracle cures to towns and villages across the nation. Driven by charismatic salesmen, these wagons were more than just commercial enterprises. They were traveling shows complete with lively demonstrations, catchy tunes, and promises of restored health. Bonnie Parker works as a waitress at Marco's Cafe. Before she became synonymous with crime and notoriety, Bonnie Parker was an ordinary young woman working an ordinary job. In 1929, she could be found serving coffee and pie at Marco's Cafe, a bustling eatery nestled in the heart of Dallas. This was a far cry from the image of the fearless bandit she would later embody. While the glamorous allure of her outlaw days has captivated generations, it's important to remember that Bonnie's life began in a much more mundane setting. Boys barefoot boxing in 1920. A stark contrast to the regulated gloved sport of boxing today, the practice of boys boxing barefoot in the 1920s offers a glimpse into a tougher, more raw era. This often occurred in impoverished urban areas where streets were playgrounds and survival instincts were honed early. Barefoot boxing was a form of street fighting, a test of courage and resilience, often born out of necessity rather than choice. Auto Pushball Canadian National Exhibition, 1925. In the vibrant atmosphere of the 1925 Canadian National Exhibition, a unique and exhilarating spectacle captivated crowds: Auto Pushball. This audacious event pitted teams against each other in a battle to push oversized, unwieldy balls across a designated field. The cars, acting as both vehicles and weapons, would jostle, ram, and maneuver in a chaotic yet entertaining display of skill and strategy. As the roaring engines and cheering spectators filled the air, Auto Pushball became a quintessential highlight of the exhibition, leaving an enduring mark on the memories of those fortunate enough to witness it. The last public execution. Public executions, once a grim spectacle that drew immense crowds, have thankfully become a relic of the past. These events served as both punishment and public deterrent, but their barbaric nature and questionable effectiveness eventually led to their demise. The last public execution in the United States occurred in 1936, a stark reminder of a bygone era marked by a more punitive approach to justice. While the practice has vanished in many parts of the world, it's crucial to remember the historical context that gave rise to such events and the ethical and societal shifts that led to their abolition. Sacramento Street. After the Great Earthquake. Sacramento Street, after the 1906 Great Earthquake, was a haunting testament to nature's raw power. Once a bustling thoroughfare, it lay in ruins, a desolate expanse of crumbled buildings and debris. The iconic cityscape, once a symbol of progress, was reduced to rubble and ash. The air was thick with the acrid scent of smoke, and the silence was broken only by the distant cries of survivors and the mournful wail of sirens. A once vibrant community was now a ghost town, its people displaced, their lives irrevocably changed. Moving House San Francisco. Moving house in 1919. San Francisco was a monumental undertaking, far removed from the convenience of modern moving services. With the city's hilly terrain and the era's limited technology, relocating a home was an arduous and often spectacle-inducing process. Massive wooden structures were employed to elevate houses, allowing them to be slowly maneuvered through the streets by teams of horses. It was a feat of engineering and manpower that drew crowds of onlookers, their faces a mix of awe and disbelief as they witnessed entire homes in transit. Henri Gifford's 50-passenger balloon. Henri Gifford, a visionary French engineer, made aviation history with his colossal balloon. Unveiled during the 1878 Paris Exposition, this mammoth airship could accommodate up to 50 passengers, offering a breathtaking aerial perspective of the city. Tethered to the ground, it became a major attraction, carrying thousands of people on unforgettable ascents. Gifford's achievement was a testament to his engineering prowess and a significant step in the evolution of air travel. A wagon train congregates. A wagon train was a quintessential image of the American frontier, representing both the promise of a new life and the daunting challenges of westward expansion. Composed of a diverse group of settlers, each with their own dreams and aspirations, these caravans would congregate at designated starting points, transforming into a sprawling community on wheels. The atmosphere was a mix of excitement, trepidation, and camaraderie as families prepared to embark on a perilous journey across vast, uncharted territories. Rapid Transit Trolley. The Rapid Transit Trolley of 1900 was a marvel of modern engineering, revolutionizing urban transportation and heralding a new era of mobility. This iconic vehicle, with its distinctive open-air design and horse-drawn power, became a ubiquitous sight on city streets, ferrying passengers to their destinations with speed and efficiency. The Rapid Transit Trolley played a pivotal role in shaping the urban landscape, connecting people to their workplaces, schools, and entertainment hubs. The Aztec Sunstone. Discovered in 1886 during construction work in Mexico City, the Aztec Sunstone, or Calendar Stone, is a monumental masterpiece of pre-Columbian art. This massive circular sculpture, adorned with intricate carvings, has captivated scholars and enthusiasts alike for centuries. Its complex symbolism, representing cosmic cycles, deities, and historical events, has fueled countless theories about the Aztec worldview. While much of its meaning remains shrouded in mystery, the Sunstone undoubtedly stands as a testament to the astronomical knowledge and artistic prowess of the ancient Aztec civilization. Sibley Breaker Coal Processing Plant. The Sibley Breaker Coal Processing Plant was a massive wooden structure built in Sibley, Pennsylvania in 1890. It was a marvel of engineering for its time, but its wooden construction made it a fire hazard. Sadly, the plant burned down in 1906, destroying a significant portion of the town. The Sibley Breaker was a vital part of the local economy, providing jobs for many residents. Its destruction was a major blow to the community, and it took years for Sibley to recover. Buchenwald concentration camp guards. The guards of Buchenwald concentration camp were perpetrators of unimaginable cruelty. As Nazi Germany crumbled in 1945, these individuals faced the horrific consequences of their actions. Their roles in the systematic murder, torture, and dehumanization of countless prisoners were exposed to the world. The liberation of the camp revealed a scene of unimaginable horror with skeletal survivors and mass graves. The guards, once symbols of power and terror, became figures of revulsion and hatred. Boiler explosion outside of Chillicothe. The catastrophic event unfolded in 1948 near Chillicothe, Ohio, when a steam locomotive's boiler violently ruptured. The explosion, a stark reminder of the immense pressures and potential dangers inherent in such machinery, resulted in a devastating loss of life. The incident, likely caused by factors such as low water levels in the boiler or structural weaknesses, sent shockwaves through the community and highlighted the critical importance of rigorous safety protocols in the operation of steam locomotives. Coffee vending lamp. In 1898, this vision began to take shape with the concept of a coffee vending lamp. This innovative design proposed a street lamp equipped with a base capable of dispensing hot water, tea, and coffee. A precursor to modern-day vending machines, this concept represented a pioneering effort to combine urban infrastructure with consumer convenience. While the technology of the time may have limited its practical implementation. Seeing New York Tour Bus, 1904. The Seeing New York Tour Bus of 1904 was a marvel of modern transportation. It was a large, open-air vehicle that could accommodate up to 20 passengers. The bus was pulled by a team of horses and traveled at a leisurely pace, allowing passengers to take in the sights and sounds of the city. The tour was a popular way for visitors to see the sights of New York City. The bus would typically start at City Hall and then make its way to other popular destinations such as Central Park, the Statue of Liberty, and the Brooklyn Bridge. Swedish Ice Hockey. The world of ice hockey was undergoing significant transformation in 1959. Sweden, with its burgeoning hockey culture, was at the heart of this evolution. The sport was rapidly gaining popularity, and Swedish teams were beginning to make their mark on the international stage. While the game had been played in the country for decades, the 1950s marked a period of rapid growth and development. Players were becoming more skilled, and the game itself was evolving with new strategies and tactics.